Well, we want to be mindful of your time today, so we're really glad that you took the time to spend it with Joe Rubbelke from M&A Matting. We're talking about ColorStar and ColorStar Impressions, and before I hand this off to Joe, I just want to say, from our experience, we have been working with M&A to do conference mats that are featured at our member conference every year, and these things are always big and beautiful. But this year, it's a ColorStar conference mat. It's even better than in the past. The colors are brighter. The whites are much whiter. We were just really blown away by the quality of the ColorStar Impressions mat. And Joe's going to be talking about ColorStar mats today. So make sure you take advantage of his expertise and use that chat function to ask your questions. You have him live, and any questions that you ask during the presentation, if it's at a point where I can interrupt, I will ask that question to Joe. But be assured there is a Q&A at the end and some really good offers, so stay tuned. Joe, take it away.
Well, good day, everyone, and thank you to the Universal office for having us, and thank you for attending today. What we're going to talk about today is our newest line of mats. It's the ColorStar and the ColorStar Impressions. Give you just a little bit of background. The primary fiber that we've used in our carpeted mats and our carpeted logo mats has been nylon for years and years and years. And folks, those of you who are in the mat rental business today, you know that is just a fantastic fiber. Our mats are very durable. They last a long time. And typically that means you generate a fair amount of profit with a mat. However, the culture at M&A has always been to strive to improve. Just this morning, I sent off my reports to the Universal office about our delivery performance. And 5 years ago, we were looking at 3 to 5 days to get mats out to you, the members. Today, in the month of January, on both standard and logos, that was less than 2 days. So that's really where the background is coming from, this ColorStar and ColorStar Impression. We think we're onto something really, really good, and we are going to talk about it today. First, let's talk about what these fibers are. As I said, most of the fibers in the mats you've had from us in the past have been made out of nylon. The yarns in the ColorStar product, both the ColorStar mats and the ColorStar Impressions, are a combination. It's a combination of polyester, and you'll have to bear with me while I pronounce it, terephthalate, which is, in common terms, we know as PET. PET, folks, is essentially recycled plastic bottles. We have been known as the original green industry. Well, we can even make a greater claim to that now, because there is a great story in the ColorStar product, as we are using recycled plastic bottles as part of the yarns. Those of you who are in the laundry business, you know the joys of polyester. Polyester is a fantastic fiber. It takes dyes exceptionally well. It's very durable. So we're excited to have a polyester type of product. How do we make this? Essentially what we do, this is digitally printed, which is a pretty drastic change from the way we used to make our classic mats and our classic carpets. Think of it as being made exactly like a logo mat. Some of the benefits of these particular yarns are it's naturally stain resistant. We're going to watch a video in just a couple of minutes where we take orange soda and pour it onto nylon and onto the polyester and PET yarns, and you'll be pretty amazed at how the stains will magically disappear. It has excellent color fastness. It resists fading. Many of you today, whether you were using the old classic mat, classic carpet, or whether you're using classic solutions, if we go look at your black mats, chances are we're going to see several different shades of black, or we'll see several different shades of red. The good news is with the ColorStar product, we will see much less of that fading on this product. and it resists heat and shrinkage better than nylon. So that's where we are with the fibers. Combination 50% polyester, 50% PET. What are the benefits of the actual mat, the ColorStar mat? Well, it's a little bit denser carpet to start with. It has more of a plush feel to it than the classic mat or the classic carpet did. It's eco-friendly. Again, it has the PET in it. On-demand printing eliminates size restrictions. In the past, there were maybe if you needed something in a 5-foot width, it wasn't available. With ColorStar, that is not going to be an issue. The final benefit is you get all of this at the exact same price of the ColorStar and the as the classic mat and classic carpet. Now, just for clarification, I've been talking a little bit about classic mat and classic carpet. Those were acid-dyed products that had been in our line for many, many years. This past summer, late summer, we made a running change. If you were using either of those two products, you had a running change and you were automatically getting ColorStar. So that was, again, a running change we made. Classic mat, classic carpet, they've been discontinued. You're now getting ColorStar product. If you look at the colors that are available, you will see that they are essentially the same colors as were available in classic mat and classic carpet. Are they a perfect match? No, they're not a perfect match, but they're an awfully close match. And for instance, in the solid red, you'll have that same solid red shade for a long time. ColorStar Impressions. Today, we essentially make two different type of logo mats with carpets. Classic Impressions, which is our number one logo mat, and Classic Impressions HD, which has photographic type of finish on it. Well, we're adding a third one, and let me just start by saying neither of these two is going away. We are not discontinuing either the Classic Impression or the Classic Impression HD. But there are some great benefits to the ColorStar Impressions. Number one, it's made out of the same type of fiber, which is polyester and PET. There are 60 colors that are available in ColorStar Impressions as opposed to 26 on the Classic Impression. The definition on ColorStar Impressions is better than Classic Impressions. It's a 76 DPI versus a 25 DPI. So we can get photographic finish. The little bit more yarn, it's a little denser. And the good news is it is available, the ColorStar Impression, at the exact same price as Classic Impressions. Now remember, some of the other advantages, such as the stain release properties of this mat. The only thing that we have found that we would caution you on is if this mat is subjected to extremely very petroleum-based oils, we might recommend that you stay in a Classic Impression because it can leave a stain. But those of you that are in the food service business, in the linen business, you will not have any problems with the ColorStar Impressions. There are several different types of samples that we can get to you. One of the things you might notice, we had both of these mats on display at the last Clean Show. The reds on this Great American Cookie, the reds, the oranges, the yellows, they just really, really pop. And that mat is available as a sample if you want to wash test the ColorStar Impressions, or we have a smaller one that's available in a 2x3, and it shows how the colors can flow together. This mat off to the right, this is the color palette mat. It's available either on a light color or a dark color. Marty, I'm going to turn things over to you and ask you to get this started. This is going to demonstrate with a can of orange soda. The one that on our screen, the one on the left is nylon. The one on the right is the combination polyester and PET, and we're going to see what it does in terms of releasing the stain.
Okay, here we go.
Now, as a follow-up to that, any of you that were at the Clean Show, we had this on display in a different way. Every morning we would take that valuable commodity, especially so at a Clean Show, known as coffee, and in New Orleans it was Café du Monde coffee, and we would pour a little bit of it onto the ColorStar white mat and a little bit onto a Classic Solutions mat, and let it sit for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we take a water bottle and do the same thing that you essentially saw in this video. Pour a little bit of water on each mat, and after about 5 minutes, you could virtually see nothing on the ColorStar mat. So guys, we are really excited about what this is going to do to our industry and the cleanliness and the consistency that we can help you to bring to your customers. So here's what we'd like to do. We are big believers in this product. For those of you that are on this call, if you would like, we are more than happy to send you a ColorStar mat in the color of your choice. We'd recommend that you do it in a color that you don't use today, or do something that you can easily identify it, like put curved corners on it. It's available both in 52, 65, and 90 mil rubber. It is available both smooth and cleated back. So if you have any questions, my contact information is here on the end, and I'm sure Marty can get this out to everybody. We are happy to send you one so you can put it through your wash test and see for yourself what this mat will do for you. So with that, I am going to open up for any questions that you might have on the ColorStar product.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much. And take advantage of the live nature of the call. Put in any questions you have down in the chat, and we'll make sure Joe can answer them. So, Joe, just to be clear, the offer is also for ColorStar Impressions. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
Great. All right. So earlier in the presentation, you had some mats. It looked like they were previously done mats with the ColorStar logo and one with a lot of color samples. If somebody wanted to get one of those mats, would that be a possibility for their own testing for wash and what have you?
Yes, part of what we're trying to do at M&A is we're trying to get ourselves more organized and more disciplined as it comes to samples. And so several of those mats that you saw in the ColorStar Impressions, we're actually going to try and keep some of those on hand so that when someone wants to get a sample of a ColorStar product, they can get it quickly. Don't know that we can get it shipped out the same day, but our goal is to get it out within the next day from the time it's ordered.
Okay, got a question here. So coffee and orange soda rinse out really well. What about mud and dirt?
Mud and dirt should not be an issue, should come right out. We would encourage you to bring a couple in, put it at your front door, put it at your back door, and see what you think. Because seeing is really, guys, seeing is believing.
So I am sure you want to get these samples in the hands of our laundry members, but you probably have done a lot of testing internally yourselves on the washings. What kind of lifespan do you think these have?
We would not. We would anticipate a similar type of lifespan to what we have with the nylon product today.
Okay. Got it. Hey, Becky. Becky's got a question. Let's see. When first discussed, it was mentioned that the ColorStar material may attract redeposition of oils and grease from other mats onto the ColorStar mat. Is this still a concern?
Becky, the way I'd answer that is if it is a petroleum-based oil, it could, yes. All others, dirts, oils from the kitchen, dust, any other type of that type of materials, we're not overly concerned with it. Just I would not put this in an oil change operation for cars. We may see an issue there, but we should not see issues anywhere else.
Okay, good point. All right. Laura, what is the difference in the mill?
There's no difference in the mill. You can get these either in 52 mil, just like you can with the classic solutions or classic impressions. You can get it in 65 mil. You can get it in 90 mil.
Okay, John says, I understand there are approximately 71 plastic bottles in the PET carpet in a 4x6. Is that correct?
John, thank you for the follow-up. Yes, indeed. It speaks volumes to the additional green story that we can tell our customers. Think about a 4x6 mat and think about a stack of 71 water bottles on top of it. That is essentially what is going into that particular product. So, around the country, there is various types of attitudes towards recycling and green. But we believe that as time marches on, it's going to only get more and more important. And this is a great way for us to help support the issue of keeping it green and trying to recycle and be kind to our planet.
Okay, so let's see, Laura, do we have, do you
make our own rubber? Laura, that's a great question. No, we don't have rubber trees in LaGrange. They don't grow very well. But what we do is we bring in rubber and we bring in nitrile and we mix our own rubber. So we try and have as much control going up and down the supply chain as we can. We feel like by mixing our own rubber, we have much greater control. We cut our rubber. We actually put it into the thickness of the rubber. We can make much tighter specifications on 52, 65, and 90 mil by us making it ourselves. I hope that answered the question.
All right. So I want to encourage everyone, take a screenshot of Joe's contact information and give him a call if you'd like to get one of those sample mats.
Marty, I'm sure that we can get this presentation out to the members as well.
Yes, absolutely. We will have a replay available within 24 hours, and everyone here on the webinar will get a link to the replay. All right, Deb, can we get to the presentation? Yes, we got that.
Great minds think alike. Yeah, we'll get the presentation out to everybody.
Yeah, Laura says your formulations for your rubber is like making a cake. I guess you have your own recipe.
It's interesting. That's pretty much how we refer to it in LaGrange. It's like making a cake. You do the same thing over and over and over again.
Well, nothing succeeds like success, right? All right. Any other last minute questions before we sign off for today? All right.
Well, again, on behalf of M&A Matting, we'd like to thank each of you, the members, for attending today. We appreciate your business. And to Marty and the staff at the Universal office, thank you for having us. We look forward to seeing you in Nashville in just a couple of short months. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. We'll see you all in Nashville. Thank you all for attending.